to talk today about diabetes, the root cause of diabetes. Okay, most people have the misconceptions that diabetes is related to high glucose in your blood or too much insulin or related to your pancreas. Unfortunately, they are not the same. Okay, diabetes is not related to any of these problems. It's not related to your pancreas, it's not related to your insulin, and it's not related to your fluctuation of glucose level. What diabetes is actually is the insulin resistance of your cell wall. This is actually the beginning of all diabetes, from increase of insulin within your cell wall. Okay. Most people focus on the glucose level and without putting attention to the insulin resistance. So why that is the case, actually we don't know at this time. We have no idea why people develop insulin resistance. We have some behavior change, lifestyle change that we think that might bring out some of the gene that we express as a diabetic gene. But why that is the case, we still don't know for sure. Diabetes is not related to not enough insulin. Okay, and most people think that it's related to insulin problems. Diabetes is replacing insulin does not cure diabetes. So if you think that diabetes is an insulin-related disease, replacing insulin should cure the disease, but no, you don't cure the disease. You only take care of the glucose level, but you do not prevent the progression of the disease. It might slow the progression, but not the progression. Okay. In addition to that, diabetes has many other problems. We call them associated problems that I don't want to get into too much at this time. And overall, a few things people do not understand or does not pay attention to is that diabetes patient ages 30% faster than normal people, including their deterioration of their functions or organs quicker than most people, 30% faster than most people. So I don't want to go into how many diabetes there is in the world. A huge amount of people. What I want to say is that Chinese are becoming the net number of diabetic population in the world, highest net number of diabetes in the world. It catch up with India, which used to be the highest diabetic country in the world. So it becomes China now. Okay, in the olden days we don't understand why we have diabetes, but we do know that after certain surgery, what we call that gastric bypass surgery, the diabetes completely disappears. So these are the things that set people looking at why diabetes begins. And diabetes probably begins at the first 18 inches of the bowel. So when you have a gastric bypass, patient's diabetic is cured immediately. But when you have gastric bending, the diabetes slowly regress as you lose weight. So these are very important things that we need to pay attention to at this time. Why that is the case, from that onward we can modify how we eat, and from that onward we can reverse our diabetes. So what we think now from diabetes is that the first 18 inches of your gut and the last 18 inches of the gut, we call them foregut and the hindgut. If you digest and absorb most of your food and nutrients from the first 18 inches, then you are more likely to make the bowel secrete a different kind of hormone. To say that on these two hormones, you have incretin and Anti-incretin balance out. If you balance it out, then you won't have diabetes. And if you have one area secrete higher, then you become diabetic. So what we can say that is diabetic type 2 most likely begins at the first 18 inches of your gut. And when you eat too much of food, particularly like refined carbohydrate, then it's digested and absorbed in the first 18 inches of the gut. This will cause a type of hormone secretion that causes the imbalance of these four gut and high gut hormone, causing diabetes to begin. And diabetes then begin as the insulin resistance. As you eat, we digest our food. The food is converted into glucose in our bloodstream. And when we detect the glucose in our bloodstream, and then we'll secrete the insulin. So insulin will attach to insulin receptor site in the cell, and the glucose will go into the cell. And what happens is that as we become insulin resistant, we require more insulin before it will attach to the receptor site. And in turn, the glucose will go into the cell. At this pre-diabetic stage, our blood glucose is pretty normal, but our insulin begins to increase. Okay, so as it progresses to eventually, even lots of insulin glucose cannot get into the cell because the insulin resistance has increased so much that you have difficulty driving glucose from the bloodstream into the cell. And when that happens, you're diagnosed with diabetes. Okay, but what we want to tell everybody is that when you from a normal person to become a metabolic syndrome or pre-diabetic, it takes around 10 to 15 years, and it takes around 10 to 15 years from pre-diabetic to diabetic. So it's a long stretch of time, and people don't pay attention to the slow creeping up of your insulin higher and higher level to go from regular person to a pre-diabetic. So it's a long process. By the time the doctor say that you have diabetes, you already have 10, 15, maybe 20 years of, how do I say it, a disease process ongoing in your body. So most medication we take right now is to squeeze more insulin out of your body, out of the pancreas to drive the glucose into your cell. But that's exactly the opposite of what it should be done. If the patient already has too much insulin and you squeeze more insulin, okay, so eventually you squeeze the pancreas dry, and the patient will need insulin from outside. So that's when the doctor said, well, I'm going to give you insulin injection on a regular basis. Only a few medications actually try to reverse your insulin resistance. And these are the medications called TZD, TDC medicine, feels like Nidazone, but anyway, this new group of medication that go after insulin.